Each Sunday we gather for worship in customs and traditions reflecting the diversity of our congregation. I'd like to speak with you about exploring that diversity in a class I'm offering on the first Sunday of every month beginning on October 6th. And at this point, if I had another hat, or if I were wearing a hat, it would be time to change. Many of us get great enjoyment from hearing music. In concerts where music is presented as an art form, we all have a special way of listening to the music that we like. Music in worship, however, is present more as a tool to enhance the worship experience. The Worship Music, Customs and Curiosities class is a discussion of the use of music as a tool in worship. Each class on the first Sunday of each month takes a magazine format with 5 regular feature sections in each monthly offering. Section 1, Today in Worship, is a commentary on the music experienced in worship. Section 2, Beyond Our Walls, is a journey to discover sources and trends in other worship traditions. And as we begin in October, we're going to be looking at the music of Taizé, an ecumenical monastic community in France, as our first visit. You know the music of Taizé from the Gloria we sing as a response, and you might also recall Jesus, Remember Me When You Come Into Your Kingdom, used in our communion liturgy. These are both from the Taizé liturgy. Section 3 is the musical landscape. It's an exploration of different musical styles used in worship. Section 4, Do You Hear What I Hear, is a time for sharing how we find meaning in the music that we each hear. Section 5, Can You Hum a Few Bars, is a trial drive of some unfamiliar or new worship music. Now, I'd like to give you a taste of feature section 1, Today in Worship, by talking about Today in Worship. For example, we had 11 musical offerings, each with its own story. I'd like to tell you the story of today's opening hymn, Praise to the Lord. Here's the hymn's genealogy. Born in 1680, the hymn is some 333 years old. The genes of its creation came in the form of poetry and music by Joachim Neander. Neander was a 17th century German citizen, son of a Latin teacher and grandson of a musician. Growing up without the financial means to attend a famous university, Neander studied theology in the university of his hometown, Bremen, Germany. After theological studies, he first became a private tutor in Heidelberg, then a Latin teacher in Düsseldorf, and finally gained his own pastorate, becoming one of the first and most famous Reformed Calvinist church theologians and hymn writers. Neander loved nature. He walked in the valleys of the nearby Düssel River, and the inspiration for many of his hymns came from those walks. Neanderthal, or Neander Valley, was named after him. This valley was the location where remains of the Neanderthal man were found. Praise to the Lord is one of 60 hymns, both with music and text written by Neander, who succumbed to tuberculosis at the young age of 30. Most of these hymns were written in the last 10 years of his life. Praise to the Lord was sung on October 4th, 1965, by over 100,000 people at Yankee Stadium in New York as the opening hymn for the evening mass of the visiting Pope Paul VI. In summary, I'd like to suggest that storytelling informs us of both events and images, often through improvisation or embellishment. Storytelling is a shared experience in nearly every culture. Storytelling can bring education, can help preserve our culture, and can instill moral values. It would be my hope that shared stories in the context of our music and worship will bear fruits of fellowship and a deeper understanding of who we are as a worshiping congregation. Do you have any questions about worship, music, customs, and curiosities?